Good morning and welcome to a day in my life. It is Tuesday, February 8th, and I'm headed to weekly physical therapy. If this is your first video you're catching, or you are slightly confused, or you don't remember what happened back in October, I missed a stair, the last step on a set of stairs, rolled my ankle, turned out to be a slight fracture in my foot. So then I was in a boot for a bit, and now I am in physical therapy to get both my ankle / foot from being in the boot, but then also just, in addition to the foot fracture, I definitely sprained my ankle as well. For a while I was going 2 times a week, and it was kind of all over the place. Sometimes it was at the same time, and sometimes it was a different time, and it was really kind of messing with my morning routine. I had to figure out how to make my morning routine work around PT, and now I have been promoted. It's not the right word, but I only have to go 1 day a week, and it is very consistently at 7:30 every Tuesday. So that really helps me be able to schedule around that. So now my morning routine, or at least the time I get up in the morning, has been able to be a little bit more consistent, because the other thing that kind of threw a wrench into that consistent wake up time was dance. Having dance Monday and Wednesday nights. So what I decided to do to help me with that a little bit is I went ahead and pushed back my wake up time to at least line up with one of the dance days, because it was only 30 minutes. I was getting up at 5:30, but I could not make that work on the night I had dance till 9. I really needed to push it till 6. So now I've just been getting up at 6 every day, except when I have dance till 10, because that's not very feasible unless I really cut my sleep. But at least every other day of the week getting up at 6 has been consistent, and that's been very helpful. So on Tuesdays I get up at 6, and it lines up well for me to do the first part of my morning routine, and gets me to where I would work out. So I wake up, make coffee, fill up my water, take my vitamins. I've gotten back to having a little protein ball snack before I drink my coffee in the morning, and then go into my office. I do some reading and some journaling, and update my health planner, plan for the day, all of that kind of stuff. I do all of that in my office. Well, now that I have a nice space heater to keep me warm, I do all that in my office. And then one thing I did switch up, originally because of PT, but I actually realized it works better most days in the morning, is doing reading before my workout. And at first I had it flipped around, because I was I need to get that workout in before I really think about anything else. Before my brain can process that I don't always want to do it, I need to get that in. But the problem is that when I put reading on the end of my morning routine, it always got pushed pretty much every day. By the time I do my full morning routine, work out, get ready, eat breakfast, and I'm ready to start my day, I don't want to sit down and read. And so I wasn't really reading a whole lot of nonfiction. I didn't finish any nonfiction books last month. And so on PT days, I have a little bit of extra time between the first part of my morning routine and going to PT, so I was reading in that time period. It was also really nice because I wasn't always done with my coffee, so I moved to the couch, was able to read, drink my coffee, cuddle with Charlie, and it was very nice. And I was let me try doing this on a normal non-PT day and see how that goes. And I really like it. So the negative to that is that I don't have that extra buffer. I talked about this in a recent video, having that last piece of your routine be a buffer thing. That way, if something earlier in the routine takes longer or less time, you can adjust so that you're always ending your routine at the time that you're expecting to end it. And if you're somebody who has to leave the house at a certain time or has to start work at a certain time, that's a really beneficial tool. But obviously I have the flexibility that if I finish my routine early, I just get started with work. And if it pushes a little bit later, I can just push work back a little bit later. I never schedule any calls before noon anyway, so it kind of works out for me better that way. So that is what I've been doing, is reading before working out. So hopefully I will actually finish a nonfiction book this month. So thanks for keeping me company on my walk. All right, I'm headed home. It's about 8:40. So a lot more people out and about now. Anyways, my session is usually about an hour, and then I usually stay to ice for 10 minutes. I actually really enjoy PT, not the actual active PT, but I really enjoy my physical therapist. We have a lot in common. She was recommended to me by my orthopedist that I saw when I broke my foot, and she is just fantastic. She went to the University of Oklahoma, which, if you know, I went to Texas, and that's a really big rival. So at first I gave her a hard time. Like, oh, I cannot be seen by a Sooner, but it's a great school. And so we talk a lot about football. She's a huge football fan. She's from Dallas originally. So we talk a lot about football. I guess after this weekend, we're gonna have to find other things to talk about, but we are about the same age. She also loves Harry Potter, so we talked about that when that reunion special came out, and just, we always seem to find a lot to talk about, and I really like enjoy spending time with her. That sounds so weird. Anyways, so I'm headed home now. What I'm gonna tell you is that some of the times that I pick the day that I'm gonna do a day in the life is like very specific. I have something going on that I wanna make sure that I share with you, or I get something in the mail, or some days I just pick it totally randomly, or some days like today, it's because I know that I have something specific that I wanna hold myself accountable to, and by filming it and knowing that I'm gonna talk about it, it holds me more accountable. That is one of my methods of accountability, is you. And posting videos, sharing my life on Instagram, and talking about my personal goals. Does it always work? No, but sometimes it does. And today I'm hoping it works to get me on the Peloton when I get home, because I have been very, I don't even know what word to use here, like excuse filled about working out after I get home from PT. I'm like, it's already so late, I need to get to work, I just worked out at PT. I just find excuse after excuse to not. And one of my other excuses, struggles, is that I'm starving and I'm very ready to eat breakfast. And I don't feel like I can push through and just work out without eating breakfast. But then also once I eat, then I'm like, oh, I need to let my food settle, which is true, but again, I'm using more excuses. And so picking up the camera today because I'm working on that habit of working out when I get home from PT. So I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna eat breakfast, I'm gonna do a little bit of work while my food settles, like one 30-minute thing. Sorry, the lighting is bizarre right here. And then get on the bike. And for me, working out is one of those things that once I start, like once I just click play and start the workout, I'm fine. There's a tip that I give people that struggle to get started, saying like, you only have to do it for 10 minutes, and if you don't feel like doing it anymore, you can stop. And I could give myself that logic, and I could say like, you only have to get on for 10 minutes, you don't have to do any of the other classes you'd planned today, like you just do 10 minutes and that's great. But that doesn't really work for me. It is something that works for other people, which is why I do continue to share that as a tip. But for me, it doesn't really work. But that means the good news is that once I get started, I'm good. So I'm telling you that I'm going to do it. I'm going to get started, and that's that. Okay, checking in and also showing you my planner setup for today. I don't have any to-dos yet today because I just kind of wanted to prioritize what was actually in my schedule. So obviously I did my AM routine, I went to PT, still haven't done the workout. Hi Charlie, it's just after 10. I did do my communication routine, and then I kind of sat here and did a little bit more work, just took a little bit longer to respond to some emails and did some things. And now, like I said, it's a little bit after 10. Another excuse is pouring in again. I am just tired. Like I am kind of doing this like, you know, head bob thing where I'm just like kind of exhausted. And it is kind of around the time where I usually have, come on, you can come onto my lap. Hi. I usually have a second cup of coffee. So I'm like, do I again, feel like I'm just procrastinating it, working out. But I'm thinking maybe if I have a second cup of coffee and get some more work done or do something else and then pick up and work out. Or maybe the answer is I just don't work out on PT days, or I do my workout first thing and move around like my other morning routines to all be after PT. That is also an option. I was just talking to a one-on-one client about this recently. There's a lot of trial and error in goal setting. There's a lot of trial and error, and you have to be willing to be patient and just try things out and see if it works for you. And when you find things that work, that stick, it's great, and you can keep working on it and make progress. But sometimes you discover that there are things that don't work for you, and you just have to be willing to try something new again. So I don't know. I also was gonna show you on my Routinery app, I don't have like a separate morning routine set for Tuesdays. I just use my normal one and then I pause it when I go to PT. So right now it's paused on workout, which I give myself 50 minutes as part of my morning routine. Not because I work out for 50 minutes. I was working out consistently for 30 minutes. If you watch my goals video in February, I added a 10-minute yoga every day. So I really aim for 40 minutes a day of working out, movement, but I give myself 50 minutes so that I have time to change into my workout clothes as well as like the transition time. But I don't know. What do you think, Kitty? I'm seriously debating just skipping it, which defeats the whole purpose of picking today to vlog, is I was like, it's gonna hold me accountable. Okay, I'm not gonna give up on it yet. I'm not gonna give up on it. So I'm not gonna change and like get into different clothes for today. I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee. I'm gonna see what from the afternoon I can pull in and work on right now. And then maybe I will have a little bit more energy. That actually happened to me a few times last week where I pushed through and worked out in the afternoon. So we'll see. All right, it's almost noon. I got this done and also read a little bit more of my book while I was sipping my coffee. I haven't done this yet. I had time instead of reading, but I was gonna do this after I like showered and got ready for the day, which can't really happen until I work out. So I don't know. Anyways, it's almost noon, so I'm about to get on this one-on-one call, and then well, depending on how long it goes, I'm probably will eat something right before the group coaching call at 1, and then I'll reevaluate. All right, it's 4:12, and I'm just chugging through my one-on-one calls and my group coaching call. Clearly, I haven't showered yet. I'm still in the same clothes I was wearing earlier. And on one hand, I feel like this was a really bad day to pick up the camera because I feel like I don't have anything exciting to show you or talk about. But on the other hand, I feel like that is what some of my days are like. And I am, as the day goes on, I'm slowly losing motivation to actually get my workout in. So much for that. But I think, I don't know, the more that I'm thinking about it, maybe I just don't work out on the days that I have PT right now, because it just is, I don't know. And I know that like doing 4 days a week otherwise, and PT is still somewhat of a workout. It's not like I got, I think, 7 exercise minutes on my watch total between the walk there and then what I did at PT. And I like would like to actually close my ring today, my Apple Watch ring, but if I don't, like, it's okay. It's okay, like, and you still do a lot. It's hard to remember all the things that we do accomplish, and it's really easy to focus on the things that we are not accomplishing. But I know sometimes it's really valuable to see that, and that not every day is me doing all the things and checking all the things off. Well, I did realize I have one thing I can show you, and that is my new little desk stand. Let me grab my computer and show you. So I used to have a standing desk, and I decided that I wanted to try not using it. So it's under my desk right now. I just was never using it as a standing desk, but the one thing that was beneficial for it was that I was able to lift my computer to be at eye level. So if I was speaking, I was able to actually be at eye level. And now that's not the case anymore. And so since I got rid of it, I decided to get this little stand. So like tomorrow on my live, I'm able to, you know, look right into the camera and have my computer up here. I don't know how much I will actually work with my computer up here because I don't actually like the little external keyboard. I do have one. I actually don't know where it is. I was looking for it earlier this week to try and see if I liked having my computer up there, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't actually figured out what I'm gonna do with the space on this little shelf yet. For now, it is just meant to be a stand for my computer. And then I also realized that I wanted my monitor to also be at the same level. So I just put some books that I wanted to look at underneath the monitor. And so it's my current new setup that I'm still trying. All right, so here's how it's going. It's about 5:30 if you didn't see that on the computer. Done with all my calls. I did my communication routine. I think it's safe to say this is not happening today. And then this and this I will move to tomorrow. And I'm gonna have to bump something from tomorrow, but that is how this day is turning out. In some universe, I would push through just for the sake of this video. I would take you, we would go make dinner, like I'd planned to make dinner. I was gonna work into the evening tonight since I had PT and had to push it back. I was like, I had all these things that I was gonna do. And you know what I'm gonna do instead? None of those things. I'm gonna go eat some leftovers. I'm gonna go heat up some leftovers for dinner. I'm gonna tell Sam to do the same thing, to heat up some leftovers. Depending on his night, we'll see. I'll check in with him. Sam sometimes will cook dinner, like whatever I had planned for dinner, depending on what his night looks like. But if he's got calls and lots of work to do, then we'll just eat leftovers, or we have things in the freezer if we really want something other than leftovers, and then pick back up with food tomorrow. And then I'm gonna go take a bath. And then I'm probably gonna go to bed ridiculously early. I'd never kicked that like tired feeling, even after that second cup of coffee, even after 4 calls, which calls usually like excite me and give me energy and make me want to get up off my chair and go do something. And none of that happened today. I just felt like this all day, and I don't know. I don't really have a reason for it other than that is what today ended up looking like. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video here. I know this wasn't the most exciting day in the life, but this is this was a day. It was a day in my life. So I hope that you still found this video somewhat helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. I mean, hold on. Let's wait for the fire truck to pass. Like, I could say, like, I can use that. There's a giant pimple on my nose. Because I don't know, I just like to, I don't like that.